So let's start with that development with Liverpool. In an interview with the Boston Sports website, the owner, John W. Henry, has publicly stated that the club is not for sale and that Fenway Sports Group remains in talks regarding potential investment. Now, in November, the FSG chair, Tom Werner, told the Boston Globe the club was exploring the idea of selling, but that there was no urgency and no time frame to do so. Well, today, in an interview with John W. Henry, published in the Boston Sports Journal, Henry was asked about FSG's holdings in the sports industry, and he replied, "I know there has been a lot of conversation and quotes about LFC, but I keep to the facts. We merely formalised an ongoing process. Will we be in England forever? No. Are we selling LFC? No. Are we talking with investors about LFC? Yes. Will something happen there? I believe so, but it won't be a sale. Have we sold anything in the past 20+ years?
Well, look, we're faced with this landscape of football in the Premier League at the moment, where some of the biggest clubs are attracting interested investors. For Manchester United, the difference there is that when the Glazers came out and they released that statement about the club being for sale or looking for third-party investment, I think it was felt at the time that they'd come to the end of their road. And realistically, given the way the shares are structured at United, an outright sale was the only option. With this club, it was slightly different. Now, there were those reports at the end of the year suggesting that FSG were looking to sell the club. Now, if we go back to that point, at the time, a statement was released and the club, FSG, said that essentially they were committed to the future of the football club and it wasn't about a sale, it was about getting more money and investment into the club, as they've done before. 2021, when they sold that share, I think it was 11% to Redbird Capital. So they have done something in the past. But what is interesting here is that we don't often hear from John W. Henry at all. He generally keeps his silence. And the fact we've got some quotes from him today, it's probably worth going over them again. He said that, "I know there's been a lot of conversation and quotes about LFC, but I keep to the facts," he says. "We merely formalised an ongoing process." He goes on to say, will we be in England forever? No. Are we selling LFC? No. Are we talking with investors about LFC? Yes. Will something happen there? I believe so, but it won't be a sale. Have we sold anything in the past 20+ years, he said. So he's speaking there to the Boston Sports Journal over in America. And as I say, the fact he's spoken at all is quite significant. When he does speak, you have to listen. But what it does there is it really cements this story in terms of Liverpool, rather than looking for an outright sale of the club and how many billions that they would fetch on the open market. It is about attracting investment into helping them return Liverpool to the top, closing the gap on the likes of Manchester United, because assuming that sale goes through, the interested parties that we've been reporting on Sky Sports News have promised to spend money to bring the club up to standards and put them back on top of the Premier League. Now, obviously, traditional powerhouses that they are, they're going to have that momentum behind them and that investment. So it is an interesting landscape, but certainly the message from inside Liverpool, away from the outside noise, is that the club is not for sale.